Volume 108, Issue 10, Synoptic Dynamic Climatology of the Bomb by Frederick Sanders and John R. Gyakum. And this was, let's see, printed on October 1st, 1980. And again, we are defining what the bomb of an extratropical surface cyclone is, whose central pressure falls at 1 millibar per hour for 24 hours. So it's consistently dropping in pressure over the hour for 24 hours. Okay, does that make sense? I don't think I explained that earlier that well. It was because I had my site, what is it called? Lightsaber. It's called a lightsaber. My husband right now is probably like, I can't believe I married this woman. She doesn't even know what a lightsaber is. Okay, so here it is. So it is an extratropical surface cyclone that drops at least 1 millibar per hour for 24 hours. All right, so it's an over 24-hour span. We've studied these explosive cyclogenesis in the Northern Hemisphere during the periods of 1976 through 79. They're maritime predominantly. Not well, they have to be. I mean, well, there's a lot that goes into it, but yeah, predominantly. A cold season event usually found downstream from a 500 millibar trough, and which is really interesting. Remember, 500 millibars is what? You guys know this. It's the middle of the atmosphere, Erica. Yay. I love it. Or within or ahead of a planetary scale trough, larger in scale, right? So more detailed examination was performed in the 78-79 winter season. Survey sea surface temperatures in and around the cyclone center indicated explosive development over the sea surface temperatures occurs quickly, but preferentially near the strongest gradients. A quasi-geostrophic diagnosis of a composite incipient bomb indicates that the instantaneous pressure falls far short of observed rates. See, this is what they're saying. They're like saying, okay, we've observed this rate. So we were saying it averages at least 1 millibar per hour over 24 hours. But they're saying, well, this is in the 70s. And listen, some of those meteorologists are probably smarter than us, right? Because they had to do everything by hand. But there are a lot of advancements, right? So we're going to, I haven't seen it yet, but we'll look at some more. We'll look at some other abstracts. Okay, so this is an interesting line. A quasi-geostrophic diagnosis of a composite incipient bomb indicates instantaneous pressure falls far short of the observed rate. So it's saying that the rates aren't even observed as accurate as it actually happens. A test of current National Meteorological Center models, that was back in the 70s, shows that these products also fall far short in attempting to capture the observed rapid deepening of this storm system. And there it is, okay? So remember, we'll say intensification, or we might say something like intensifying, but true word, the true explanation is deepening, the deepening of that low. And so remember, I want you guys to not be fooled. You guys right here, you're all like, we're going to be just fine. What are you talking about, Erica? You're so dramatic. No, I'm not, because it's the backside of this nor'easter that's going to be the problem, okay? As it moves its way over the 40-70, or what we call the benchmark, okay? All right, just know that 40-70 benchmark. You may hear it over the weekend, but just be aware. I promise you, mid-Atlantic northward, you guys are going to get slammed with snow. You're going to get a lot of snow. Dangerous amounts. You're not going to have school on Monday. I don't know how you're going to get Zoom to work. Zoom to work. I like that. Zoom to work instead of like, I like that. It's kind of like cute. Like Zoom. Don't room to work. Zoom to work. Oh, that was a good one. Minute 57. Okay, that's another good joke. Wait, I gotta write that down because sometimes I just make myself laugh, and I make only myself laugh, and that's just enough for me. Actually, don't vroom to work. Zoom to work. All right, 57, minute 57. That's a good joke. All right, so I've got a couple of weather jokes in there for you, and of course, a bunch of serious notes for you guys. I like to keep this more, what's the word? Educational. I don't need you guys to be scared. I don't want you guys to be scared, okay? I just showed you guys a couple things you can buy. You can buy one of these and play with it the way I did as a lightsaber. You can get, I mean, there's a candle here, but we don't really use, I don't burn candles. I just don't want them because they're not safe. Charge your phone, el teléfono. Make sure you have your backup charger, which I said I think they have at, I could have sworn at the Dollar Tree. I know some people try to act like they don't go there, but it's a fun place to shop. They always have extra things that you might need. And they just have like, good things like that you might be able to use. Okay. Non-perishables. Okay. And if you have a generator, if you can get, if you can buy a generator, a small one. I know we have like a small generator. I'm concerned about, of course, the power outage and down trees. The winds are going to be a major problem. And I want you to check in, make sure on your friends, family, neighbors, and elderly and pets again. So with all of that, I love you guys. I'm meteorologist Erica Martine. And thank you so much for joining me. And the light, the light went out. It was like, it's enough. It's enough. It's enough. All right, guys. So it's enough. Have a wonderful night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with more updates. Besitos. Mwah.